Hi, this is Adam Bragg from the Cisco Defense Orchestrator team. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use CDO to perform an image upgrade on your ASAs. So since we began the Cisco Defense Orchestrator project, probably the #1 request from customers was to add an image upgrade feature into the product. We've done so, and in my opinion, we've pretty much hit it out of the park. So we streamlined the image upgrade process so that you don't need to log into each device. You don't need to wait for downloads to finish. You can orchestrate the whole thing very easily with a few clicks of a button inside of CDO, and I'm going to demonstrate how. So for instance, I have this device. It's Cincinnati. It's an ASA. I can see the version of code that it's running. Right now it has 962 on it, and I want to upgrade it. I can just click the upgrade button over here in the middle of the icons. Upgrade. This puts you into the upgrade screen where you can choose an image to download and deploy to the device. So you don't have to go out and grab the image. We already have the images in our data bank to be able to provide those to you. If there's an image that you need to upgrade to that you do not see in the drop downs, just submit a ticket with a support up here through our UI, through the support UI, or send a email to our support team, and we'll get that image added within the day. So you go ahead and click continue. So at this point, we're showing you which versions of code you're running, which version of code you're upgrading to, and you have a choice. Do you want to just stage this image right now, where we'll just push these bin files out, and then you can come back later and finish the upgrade process, or we can do the whole install right now. So I'm going to choose do the whole install. So when we do this, we're going to push out those files. We're going to change the boot record, the ASDM record, and we're going to reload this copy run start, and we're going to reload this device. So I click on perform upgrade. We're going to go out and check and make sure there's enough disk space to make sure that the version of code is supported that we're running from, and to also verify any other changes that might have happened underneath us before we pushed out this image upgrade. So we're going to go download this, and I have paused the video a couple times to stop the so you don't have to watch the downloads happen. But if I want to, I can leave this page and go back to the device page and see that an upgrade is in process. So I can go do other work. I don't have to sit here and watch whether that upgrade is happening or not. We'll keep track of it for you, and if the upgrade finishes, at some point you'll just not even see that the upgrade's in process anymore. It'll just say the device is in sync. If you want to keep going back and look to see where it is in the upgrade, you can just go back to the device and review it, and you can see at this point we're actually rebooting the device. So we've already pushed the changes out. We've made the changes to the config, so it's the proper device, proper boot image, and now we're rebooting that device and waiting for it to come back online. So in a few minutes we're going to be able to check back, and this device will no longer be on 962, it'll be on 9631. So we also support being able to upgrade devices that are in an HA pair as well. So I have this device, Minneapolis, that is currently, if I scroll down, I can see that it's in a active standby state, and I can see that this is the primary is active and the secondary is in standby and it's up and running. So this is in a perfect state for us to be able to fire off an image upgrade on this device. So I can do that by, again, just clicking on the upgrade tab. We're going to show you the current status of those devices. I happen to have already run an upgrade, so I'm just going to be able to perform a new upgrade. Again, I can select an image, select my ASDM image, and click continue. I'm going to have it go do the whole workflow for me in this state as well. And I'm going to go ahead and perform the upgrade. We again make sure that the HA pair is in the proper state for us to be able to do the image upgrade. If it's not, we'll give you really good error messages to tell you what the current state of those devices are in and what you need to do to get them into a state where we can go ahead and do that upgrade. So you can see that the image is being copied to the mate. So we've downloaded it, we're pushing it over to the secondary device, and that copy will complete, and then we'll do the upgrade of the secondary device. As you can see, we did a hash check of the image that we just copied over to the mate to ensure that it was copied over properly. It was, so at that point we start copying over the ASDM image as well. So as you can see, after we copy the image to the mate, we then copy the images over to the primary device, so there's not a huge gap between when the mate gets updated and when the primary gets updated. So we check the boot variables again, make sure that everything's set, and then we start rebooting the mate, bring that up, and then we're going to fail over to the mate, and then we're going to do the same thing on the primary device. So at this point, we've rebooted the secondary. It came back up. We failed over to it and made it the primary or active device. Now we're rebooting the primary device, and it has come back up, and we're setting the primary back to active. And when that whole workflow is done, at that point, we'll verify everything is back in the proper state, and the image upgrade will be completed for this active-passive pair as it is right now. So not difficult at all, and you'll notice that once you fired it off, you didn't have to interact with it at all. I did to show you the process that was running, and also with the power of the pause button, I made the image upgrade look much faster than it really will be. But from top to bottom, it really only took about 10 minutes for the whole thing to work. If we go back to the device page, we'll see that Minneapolis is now back in sync. And if I want to go to the change log from Minneapolis, I can see that at 11:21 on 8:29, an upgrade was complete. So you can see exactly who the person that fired that upgrade off and what the whole process time was. So it started off at 11:06 and it finished at 11:21. And again, this data is in CDO forever, so you will always have access to this, and you'll be able to see that on August 29th that the image was changed from 9539 to 961. So you'll always be able to go back in time and review that change. So that is image upgrades, and hope this was informative. And one last thing I'd like to point out to you is that over here on the left is a running filter of all the images that are on any of these devices in your environment. So as these images disappear from your environment, so will the filter. So right now I can tell you with all certainty that there are 6 different versions of ASA code running in my environment. If I want to click on each one of them, we'll filter down to which device has which version of code on it. So as soon as I upgrade this Providence device to a different version of code, this 9445 filter will go away, and now I'll be able to see that I'm only running 5 versions of code in my environment. And over time, you'll get down to 2 or 3, hopefully, and you'll have a very easy way to distinguish, which versions of code are running on which devices. So that's image upgrades. Please check out our other videos that we have online on other use cases inside CDO. And as always, please feel free to give us your feedback and to contact support or Cisco sales if you have any questions. Thank you.